Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to our Might and Magic VII completionist run. Now in this episode, well, it's going to be an unusual episode. We're going to do a whole bunch of things. It'll be strange, it'll be wacky, but I think it'll also be productive. Now why is it going to be strange? Well, because we've got to do a few different things. And like one thing that's going to make it odd is I think I am going to actually try and do the challenge pedestals to try and get as many of them done as we can. Now we've already done personality last episode. With this episode, we are gonna try and get at least one, or hopefully more than one of them done. But before I do that, I'm gonna actually go into the dragon caves. We're gonna clear out this area. I don't think it's gonna take us that long. That's our last episode save. Let's save here. What's our status on haste? Ooh, almost run out. So let's cast Hour of Power pretty quickly. That really long haste. And now she's also better at light magic because we gave her an extra point. So the downside, of course, is we've got to wait for her to recover, but she seems to be fine. And dragon caves, as you would expect, are caves with dragons inside of them. We're annoyingly splitting our damage again. I don't like. Come on, come on. Okay, okay. I think our stuff is being broken. Not a... Excuse me. Who's attacking?
Ah, what a scrap.
What? Who's attacking?
It doesn't even hurt.
Is there an invisible enemy? I think there might be an invisible enemy.
But I need it fixed.
I'm just gonna keep shooting until it... Yeah, it looks like one of those enemies might have glitched out. But yeah, I think we're basically done with the dragon caves. It's been a long time since I've played this game. I expected it to be actually a bit bigger than this. That's what she said. But yeah, we're already done. And if this episode was going to be only about the dragon caves, it would be a rather short
I don't know how.
one indeed, but there is a bunch of other stuff for us to do, of course, before we do all of that other stuff.
This thing is a goner.
It's fixed.
A lot of repairing to do.
It's fixed.
Equip your stuff. None of our rings are broken. That's good. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. What I want to do now is... I want to find a place which has a good number of dragons that are easy to reach. This area had a lot of dragons, but unfortunately they're not, like, they're all around. Because I want to spend a few minutes kind of trying to farm for some good items. I'll do the farming off screen, but before I even do that, I'm gonna need like 3 or 4 of them. See, they're so spread out, which is really annoying. So spread out. And our flight seems to have run out at some point. Oh. Excuse me, can't move. Oh, something is breaking in this game. Something... Hang on, let me save. In this slot? Now let me load. Yeah, something is seriously amiss. Yeah, it's like the game thinks I'm constantly pressing some key when I'm not. Like something is overriding my movement commands. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually shut this game down, and I'll have to come back. All right, I'll see you shortly. Okay, I'm back, and there's a really weird glitch happening. So something about the flight spell is currently broken in the game, and it's causing the game to not respond properly to controls, and this is such a weird fix, but the only way I've found to fix it is... So let me first of all explain the problem. Like, the keys, the movement keys are not responding because somehow... Oh. Ooh, it's fixed. Oh, I don't know what I did to fix it, but somehow it's fixed. Okay, well that's good. Because the only other solution I was thinking of, and this is an awful, awful solution, would have been to town portal to a place that's indoors, which disables flight. Because that did work, even while that whole situation was happening. Would have been to do that, and then rest to get rid of flight, and then to come back here manually. Okay, so we don't want to get too far off track either, alright? Because we do have some important things to do. Now, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to find a place where we've got a few dragons kind of close to each other, and I want to spend a few minutes farming them. This is regular Titan. Spend a few minutes farming them to see if I can find some cool items. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna spend maybe 5-6 minutes. I'll do some off-screen farming, getting some items.
Beats the heck out of me. Beats the heck out of me. Beats the heck out of me. That's it.
Obviously, the efficient way to do it would be to have Alexis pick up the items.
That's it.
Because that way
Let's leave it behind. Let's leave
she
it
can
behind.
identify them in her own inventory. And what sort of items am I looking for?
Let's leave it
Well,
behind.
Griffin bows of the dragon.
That's it.
I would like one of those. I'd like a staff of the dragon. Just cool items. Maybe some rings of the gods wouldn't be bad. So I'll just spend a few minutes doing that. And
Let's leave it behind.
spare, really, dude.
Let's leave it behind.
Just gonna spend a few minutes on that, and I'll let you know what I find. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Found another item off the dragon that wasn't one of the ones that I needed. You know what? At least
That's
we're
it.
finding some cool stuff. You know, I shouldn't complain too much. But yes.
That's it.
This is the kind of item that I want to be off the dragon, because that way I can give it to Roderick. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Well, that's what I'm going to continue doing for a few minutes. And if I don't get anything, I'm just going to...
That's it.
I'm just going to
That's it.
pull the plug on this project, and we'll continue on with the other things that we need to do in this episode, right? Yes. Back to this, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I think I'm going to call it good with a Dazzling Ring of the Gods. And I'll give it to whoever has the fewest rings. I guess, which is you. Do you actually get any stats out of it? Looks like it bumps your armor class up. You know what? I'll take that. Okay. That's done. Next on our agenda, one thing before I forget is I need to find out where the Master Identify Monster teacher is. Let me just pull that up quickly. So I've exhausted that little group of dragons. If I feel the need to farm some more, we could always come back here, but not too worried. Oh, by the way, the other things we got was this arcane wand of rocks. I'll give to you to sell, and that ring, of course, I'll also give to you to sell. Since we're done with the farming, I'll just pick things up and loot them.
Let's leave it behind.
Oh, come on, God. Come on, guys. This is...
Let's leave it behind.
You're giving me items of the dragon.
Let's leave it
But
behind.
they're all the wrong ones. Jeez.
Let's leave it behind.
All right. I'm gonna stop looting with this.
Let's leave it behind.
Okay, yeah, that's the last thing we're gonna take. And yes, what I was gonna do was before I got sidetracked with all this looting is I wanted to go to see where the ID monster master trainer is. In Avlee. Okay. Now where exactly in Avlee? We're gonna have to We're gonna have to take a look at this this map. Hang on, just give me one moment. Identify monster is gonna be in the main town towards the south and not far from where we are right now. I think that's this house right here. Let's quickly take this. Identify monster master. And now we can see more
It's weak.
stats
It's weak.
when we
Oh, give me a break.
right click. And of course, anytime we click on a weak monster, our monster identifier will make some comment about how weak they are. Or if it's a strong monster, they'll comment about how strong they are. Or if they can't identify it, for instance, if I do it with someone who doesn't have the skill, then I think they'll just... For some reason I thought they would comment about how they can't identify them, but I guess they only do that with items. With the regular enemies, probably they kind of just don't say anything if they can't identify the enemy. Alright, that's enough about that. Now, next objective is to waste a whole bunch of time to try and get the Land of the Giants to reset. And I know I'm leaving a lot of dragons unlooted, but I think we're basically done. We're done trying to maximize our gold. I have gone to Arathia though, just because I think this is going to be the quickest and easiest place. Actually no, we should go back to Harmondale, because I don't actually have a beacon in the Land of Giants, so we're gonna have to use the actual portal. And since the portal is in Harmondale, We might as well do our selling in Harmondale, because then it'll be easier for us to get to the portal afterwards. So let's go ahead and do exactly that.
Can I help you with anything?
And let's sell everything, just making sure that we don't accidentally sell something important. For example, that artifact mace, which I don't think even is in your inventory.
Thanks. Come again.
So that's good. That's going to keep us from accidentally making that awful mistake. And just a couple more small items to sell. And then
See anything you want?
we'll move on
Thanks a lot.
to the next
Need a new
thing that
weapon?
we're going to do. So,
Thanks. Come again.
so painful getting items of the dragon that I can't actually use. So painful. But yeah, we're going to go to Celeste. And now a very tricky little passage of play is going to happen for me. I'll make it seem a lot smoother and I'll do a lot of editing to make it seem more seamless than it actually is. What we're going to do is because we can gain a lot of levels, 10 per character, which is quite a bit. I'm going to do my training, but of course while I'm doing my training, these portals are going to decay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my training done one at a time to make sure the maximum amount of time elapses. When the portals, when the beacons are close to getting a reset or expiring, I'll go and I'll reset them. And I also need to keep on top of all of that, need to keep an eye on the date, because around the end of May, beginning of June, is when the Land of the Giants should reset, if I remember the reset schedule correctly. So that's yet another thing to keep in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of that, and we'll come back once it is close to the end of June, and when we're ready to go back, right? So I will see you guys... once that is all taken care of, right? See you in a bit. Alright, it's close to the end of June. Oh no, I think I've messed this up. Fortunately, I do have a save from earlier, so I think beginning of June is going to be enough to reset this. So let's save here and
Brilliant.
train once more. It's taken us to the beginning of June, and now let's go back to Harmondale. Oh. Wrong area. Accidentally clicked twice in succession. Let's go to Castle Harmondale. And let's see if this map is indeed reset. Let's ask ourselves if it is indeed on a 6-month timer. Because if it is, then we may be able to make something happen with this whole challenge business. So first of all, we're just gonna have to go back here. I'm not gonna bother with anything else. Yep, of course it's reset, because it is indeed on a 6-month timer, as I suspected. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna load my autosave. We're gonna cast our buffs. I don't know who is coming towards me. Well, they've stopped now. But we're gonna cast our spells. And very importantly, after you've cast your last spell, Day of Protection, And I guess we'll even cast Protection of Magic just in case things go wrong. But what we want to do is we want to cast Invisibility, because we don't want to actually engage in combat. Come on, come on. Protection from Magic. Now we cast Invisibility, the air magic spell. Now we are invisible, and now... I don't think that doing this kind of an area transition is going to mess up our invisibility. No, our invisibility is retained. We can still fly as well. And we are also put pretty close to where the challenge pedestal starts. This time, a challenge of luck. So let's play it. We get 10 more skill points. Fantastic. Now, off screen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out this entire map again, because I want to collect as much experience as we can. You can see it took us 5 levels worth of training to get this map to reset once. And in order to get it to reset again and again, we're gonna need tons and tons of experience. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna portal to Erathia before I do anything else. And we're actually gonna dismiss you. Lauren, you've done good work for us, but we need people like this person here, this teacher, to help us get more experience out of the enemies we kill.
Hey there!
So what do you give us? A 10% bonus? I think Instructor is better. Instructor gives us 15%. But I'll hire you... Actually, no, let's... Let's do it properly. Let's hire the best NPCs. And really, I should have done this, really should have done this before I went into this area, but I didn't even realize that we would be needing to do a whole different type of pedestal. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna be... I don't know if, well, first of all, I don't know if I've showed this trick in this game yet. So right now this is Elizabeth the Tracker. If we load the game, it's loaded a new occupation for the NPCs. So you can do this to kind of cycle through the different available professions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this until we find 2 instructors, alright? I'll be back once that is done. Alright, see you in a bit. Here we go, first instructor found. We get a 15% bonus, and he takes a bit of gold. I came here to Avli because I felt like it was a bit more densely populated with these guys who we can hire. And once again, it looks like this is a good view to try and get our next NPC. Of course, you want to look for a spot where you can see quite a few of them, and then when you load your game, you hover over all of them, see are any of them the one that you want. In this case, none of them are the instructor class, so I'll keep loading until I find it, and I will see you. I'll see you shortly. Here we go. It wasn't long at all. Elizabeth, the instructor. Welcome to the party. Now we're getting a 30% bonus on all of our experience. And now what I'm gonna do is gonna go back to Harmondale, and off screen I'm going to once again kill everything in the Land of Giants. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it on fast forward, because it's gonna be notable enough killing strong enemies like those, but it's gonna be, I think that's just the right balance of not showing everything if it's getting too tedious, while also keeping the action on screen rather than just skipping everything. So here's, yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Everything is everything's good, everything is good to me, and let us get right to it. Let's get right to it. Alright, I'm almost done killing the dragons. I don't know how noticeable it was in that very quick, fast forward segment, but at a certain point, I actually didn't get my entire party wiped exactly, but almost all of them got killed by the devils, and I, instead of... Like, I could have run all the way back to the portal, gone back to Harmondale, revived everyone, walked back here, but instead I opted to just load my game and kill all of these guys again, because I think ultimately that took less time. But yeah, that was actually quite unexpected. I was too close to the ground when I was flying around fighting the devils, and they landed a couple of really luckily timed meteor showers on me. And yeah, and just immediately killed both of these guys, and eventually even Roderick. So yeah, that was a very dicey situation for a while. And I think the
It's fixed.
lesson I'm getting out of this whole thing is that
My bags are full. It's fixed.
dragons are the main source of experience, because they're not going to do anything annoying like those meteor showers that the devils cast, and also they give you much more experience, and also
I've repaired it.
there are fewer of them. You get your experience in more meaningful chunks as opposed to the devils, which are kind of like, there's a huge crowd of them and they're all over the place a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll roam around and I'll see if I can kill any more titans, perhaps. I don't think there are any more dragons left. But yeah, here's a large group of titans. So I'll kill these guys in real time, and then we'll see. Oh god, guys, come on. Really? Oh, this is so obnoxious. How? Really don't like that they're scripted to destroy your weapons. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like in the... You look at how slow their projectiles are moving. In the time that it takes their shots to get to you, you just move your pistol out of the way. It makes no sense that they're breaking our weapons. Yeah, I don't think game developers necessarily take the time to think about whether the little gimmicks that they're introducing to enemies necessarily make any kind of logical sense. In this case, definitely doesn't make sense. And I know you're gonna say, well, then, you know, it's a fantasy game, nothing makes sense, you know, magic isn't real, but that's different because, you know, magic and fantasy elements, they introduce new rules to the game which are at least then applied in some consistent kind of way. I'm just saying that this whole concept, this particular ability, like, there is no rule set under which it would make any kind of meaningful sense. It's just an annoying, nonsensical gimmick that never should exist. Never should have existed in this game. And I know it seems like I spent half my time complaining, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta be honest as well when a game isn't quite living up to its potential. That doesn't mean you've got to hate the game. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop playing the game. Doesn't mean I'm gonna constantly trash the game, but... Okay... See, that's kind of bad. Because you missed out on some experience as a result of that very poorly timed... you know what? Alright, I'm back. Gonna kill these titans for real. I'm not gonna let one of our party members go down. That was really annoying. You know, I've spoken before about how the way they target specific party members is kind of BS. Like, it just doesn't make sense in a game that has no other elements of, like, party placement or, like, that kind of dynamic to give the enemies a skill like this. Or an annoying... It's not even a skill, it's just like an annoying attribute that their attacks magically just hit particular party members. In this case, they're focusing down our last two party members, Alexis and Serena,
It doesn't even hurt.
and not targeting the first two ones at all. Despite the fact that in a realistic situation, the first two party members would obviously be, you know, tanking the hits and absorbing some of the shots.
It's fixed.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm just gonna get a bit more curing, and I think the lesson I'm learning from all this is that it's not really worth it doing what I'm doing. I guess it's fine. How much experience are we even getting? Less than 5 levels. Yeah, way less than 5. We've only gotten like a couple experience levels worth of kills. So I'll kill the rest of these titans. I don't think we're gonna be able to use this as a way to farm up... Oh my god, these guys are so irritating. Fighting titans is
It's fixed.
annoying for this reason. At least the dragons,
Fixed.
they don't exclusively only target one party member. They'll spread their attacks around all of them.
I prepared it.
They won't target your weapons. That's another annoying thing that these guys do. But these guys, yeah, the lesson I'm learning is that it's really not worth it going out of your way to kill these guys more than what is absolutely necessary. I will kill the rest of them. I'll just see how far we can get. Has somebody broken our... Oh, come on. Yeah, this is not something I would recommend just because of how not fun it is. Like, it started out fun for the first few minutes and then it got pretty old. And yes, I could have played it better. I could have not let my party member go down. But you know what? It's fine. It's okay. I think there's a few more titans down here. We'll clean up these guys and then we'll see how many experience points we have netted from this process. The answer is... I guess we can kill enough devils to be able to train to 72. And the reason why I loaded the game instead of simply resurrecting Alexis when she went down is because I don't like my characters to be out of sync with each other when they're gaining their experience. All right.
But I need it fixed.
Let's take a look. Oh yeah, we can train to level 72. We'll kill a few more devils just to see if this seems like a... We don't want those meteor showers to hit us. I think we're high enough above the ground that they're not going to do the crazy damage that they did against me that one time. So how close are we? Yeah, we're not getting much experience at all from these guys. Not really an efficient way of gaining levels. And of course, these jokers have drained our mana. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, that's the other reason why it's really not worth it fighting these guys. So what I'm going to do now is wait for... I just want enough for you to be able to cast Town Portal, which is fine now. Now we'll go to Celeste. And it's June 1st, so again, around December 1st, maybe December 2nd, is when the area will reset again. So we're going to do that. And we'll see how far we can get. And then after we're done, we'll spend our skill points. I know this is a really long, really weird episode, but...
It's closed.
Oh, jeez. Sure, we'll rest until the morning.
It's closed.
And we'll wait a couple hours.
Best training in the land. Brilliant.
But yeah,
Best training, brilliant.
let's go ahead and do this.
Brilliant.
And... yeah, our...
Best training, brilliant. 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 Best training, brilliant.
Our beacons are gonna be up for a while.
Brilliant. 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 Best training in the land. Brilliant.
Although now is probably a good time to reset all them. Oh, by the way, I did set a beacon in the Land of the Giants. It's, what am I doing? Wanted to show you. I did set a beacon in the Land of the Giants. Just because it made it a lot easier when I was fighting that group of dragons. When they were flying away, I would teleport out and I would teleport back and get them to reset to their original locations and make them a lot easier to take down. So now I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna set all of my beacons again. I'll see you shortly. We're almost done. I promise you. Alright, the beacons are reset. Let's go back to Celeste and
Suppose there's any gold in there?
Let's go back to Celeste and do our training again around 1st of December, 1st or 2nd of December is when
Best training in the land.
the
Brilliant.
location will have
Best
reset.
trained, brilliant. Best trained, brilliant.
Right now, October.
Best trained, brilliant. Best training, brilliant. Best brilliant. Best trained, brilliant. Best trained, brilliant.
November.
Best training in the brilliant.
Okay, I think I'm gonna save here. I think
Best training in the land.
this is gonna
Brilliant.
be enough to get the map to reset. So again, gonna go back to Harmondale. Oof, because it's December 2nd right now. Gonna go back to Harmondale. Gonna cast our buffs. And we're gonna we'll go and we'll get another challenge done. How about that? Well, I should be casting Flight to get to the teleporter quicker. And let's cast Death Protection. Eventually the other places will also start resetting, which means we can get more horseshoes as well. So we'll have a real glut of skill points. But the project of trying to get all of the challenges is, as I mentioned last episode, is really going to complicate things. I would rather not give up on this, because this is a completionist run, and the game has screwed us out of so many other things that oh, I cast the wrong spell. That I really don't want to give up on this. We'll go as far as we can get. Come on. Hour of Power. I gotta wait for you to cast Protection from Magic, and then we'll cast Invisibility, and then we'll do the next challenge. Here we go. Protection from Magic incoming. Now go back to where there aren't any enemies bothering us. Invisibility. And save our game here. Again, this place we can see has reset. And we see this challenge now is a challenge of accuracy. We've done speed. Sorry, we've done luck and personality. So this is a new one, which is going to give us another 10 skill points for all of our dudes. Fantastic. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to Celeste, and I'm gonna do the rest of my training. We're down under 1,000,000 gold. That's okay. I prefer it this way because when we were in 7 digits, it was kind of glitching out. So I like it to be contained where it's supposed to be contained. And let me just make sure our beacons are probably gonna still be surviving. Which challenge did we just do? I'm gonna have to. I've already forgotten. I'm gonna have to look up in. Actually, no, I don't have to look up. I'll save the game here. I'll load my autosave because it'll tell me that this is the challenge of accuracy that we just beat. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Now we go back to Celeste. And let me cross off the challenge of accuracy. Now, let's do the rest of our training.
Best training in the land. Brilliant. Best training in the brilliant. Best training in the brilliant.
Okay, make sure our
Best train brilliant.
things aren't
Best train brilliant.
about to
Best
expire.
train brilliant.
They should be fine.
Best train brilliant. Best training in the brilliant. Best training brilliant. Best training in the land brilliant.
And around June 2nd is when the area resets again. And as you can see, we are pretty far away from June 2nd.
I just don't know how.
I don't know how.
No,
I've repaired it.
I need the correct person to do the repairs.
It's fixed.
Now,
I've repaired it.
on that really weird note, I think we are going to call this episode to a close. And before we do that, let's spend our skill points. So, oh, and let's also get Identify Monster Grand Mastery just for the hell of it. And the rest of the points are going to go into Water Magic. Just because I want to have really long-lasting beacons. If I'm going to be doing more of this experience grinding, training to waste time to get more challenges, I'm going to want my beacons to basically last forever. So not only am I going to raise your water magic, I'm also going to give you every single horseshoe that we have. I was going to give it to Serena to put more points into light magic, but honestly, for my own sanity, for my own peace of mind, I think we're going to need some really, really long-lasting beacons. Okay, this is unfortunate because... Oh, actually no, we can do it twice. I was going to say we won't be able to do it twice, but I was miscounting. We got 2 more points, so with a skill of 26 and a bonus of 13, that's really good. Of course, your points are all going to go into light magic. We're just going to keep pushing that as high as we can go. And you are going to put your points into Arms Master. It really doesn't matter, but I guess we will bump up Dagger as well. And then start bumping Arms Master close to 25 maybe. And you're just going to dump every single point into Arms Master. That sounds good to me. And the last thing that we want to do this episode is get Grand Master Identify Monster. Yeah, I know. Real major anticlimax. You know, to end the episode on getting such a useless skill. But it is... Okay, please, phone browser, don't be ridiculous. Just open properly. Just open the thing that I'm asking you to open. Here we go. Identify Monster Grandmaster is in Harmondale. Alright. Let's quickly find out where in Harmondale he is and get that done. We'll TP over on to Harmondale. While that's happening, let me... Where are you? Identify... What? Oh, Identify Monster Grandmaster is... Okay, I think I see where he is. Alright. He's gonna be to the south. Alright. 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 Let's get this final thing done, and then we can call it a day. Whew, what a kind of crazy episode it's been. Where are you? Where are you exactly? It's one of these houses. Come on. Where even is the door to this house? Or was it the one we already looked at? It was the one we already looked at. I'm falling apart here. Come on. Come on. Just... please, out of my way. Surely it's one of you guys. Okay, this is... Am I even... Yeah, I'm in the right area. No, where are you? This guy. Here we go. Identify Monster Grandmaster. Now, when we right-click, we will see the full stats for everything. All right, that is... That is a good note. Actually, one last thing we're going to do, and I'm going to do this off screen, but I want to show you how long our beacons are going to last now. So, alright, so I will see you guys shortly, because it's going to be really cool. They'll have a really long duration on them. Right, see you in a bit. Alright, finally done. I've set 4 out of my beacons. I deliberately didn't set the last one for a reason that I'll just show you. Number 1, look at this awesome duration. 273 days. That is close to an entire year that these beacons are going to last. That is amazing. And because the area resets in 6 months, that means one casting of this is going to be enough to cover all of that. So a lot less beacon maintenance. The one that I didn't reset was this one in the Land of Giants. Because right now, if I... I don't even know which slot I was using. Which year are we even in? I'll save here. Because if I go back to it, you'll remember the area had reset. If I go back to it, it'll be... all these guys will be alive again. And I guess... I guess... I can refresh this beacon as well, but... it's less necessary because we can...
But I need it fixed.
We can always come back here from the teleporter in Harmondale. But I guess now that we've fixed this beacon as well, it's nice. So we're just gonna go back to Arathia as a kind of temporary location to springboard us into the next episode. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna call things to a close in this very strange, haphazardly organized, and just generally weird episode. We're gonna bring things to an end. What did we accomplish in this episode? Well, we cleared out the dragon cave. It was a pretty small cave. It had a few dragons in it. Not a lot going on, to be honest. And we cleared out the entirety of the Land of Giants once again, which enabled us to gain a few more levels, to waste some more in-game time. Why did we do that? It's because we wanted to get more of those challenge pedestals. So far, we've gotten 3 out of 7. Personality, accuracy, and luck. I don't know how hard I'm going to push to try and get the other 4. We'll see. I would like to get all of them, but obviously it'll be a challenge, it'll be a grind regardless of what method I choose to do it. But yeah, I think what I'll do in next episode is we're going to take a break from this grinding, and we're going to progress the main quest a little bit. We're going to go to Colony Zod, as the game is prompting us to, and we're going to kill Xenofex. We'll come back to Resurrectra. That'll also give us some experience, so we won't have to rely entirely on killing dragons and titans for getting our experience. So we're going to do that next episode. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will especially thank you if you stuck with me throughout this entire long episode. Like, we had glitches, we had me messing up at various points while I was clearing out the Land of Giants. All kinds of things were going wrong, but we got through it in the end, and that is what matters. So I thank you for watching. I hope you found some way to enjoy this mess of an episode, and I hope you'll join me in the next one, where it'll be a more conventional episode, where we'll do some actual meaningful in-game progress. Alright, so I hope to see you then, and until then, take care.